Welcome to the Africa Infographics channel. Today we explore the rich and diverse world of African literature and storytelling. From ancient oral traditions to our modern-day novels, African literature has a long and fascinating history that spans to the entire continent. Books are a window into cultures and have influenced politics, writers, and readers all over the world. Join us as we dive into the vibrant world of African literature and storytelling. From classic works like Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart, to contemporary novels like Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's Half of a Yellow Sun, we'll explore the themes and stories that have captivated readers for generations, decades after decades. Here are some of the best books written by African authors in each of the last 4 decades. I will first run through all the books I will present in this video very quickly. Later, I will give more details on each of these incredible novels. Decade of the 1980s. The Cairo Trilogy by Naguib Mahfouz from Egypt. A series of 3 novels that explore the lives of 3 generations of a family in Cairo during the early 20th century. Decade of the 1990s. Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe from Nigeria. A classic novel that tells the story of a Nigerian tribe during the arrival of British colonizers. This book sold more than 20 million copies. Decade of the 2000s, Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, Nigeria, a novel that explores the lives of 5 characters during the Nigerian Civil War. Decade of the 2010, Homegoing by Yagyasi from Ghana, a multi-generational novel that follows 2 half-sisters and their descendants, one of whom is sold into slavery and sent to America. These are just a few examples of some of the incredible works of literature that have been written by African authors over the past few decades. There are many more out there, and I encourage you to explore this rich and diverse world of literature. Now let's get to know each of these books a little more individually. The Cairo Trilogy, written by Naguib Mahfouz. Mahfouz is regarded as one of the first contemporary writers in the Arabic literature, along with Taha Hussein, to explore themes of existentialism. He is the only Egyptian to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. This series of 3 novels is often considered one of the masterpieces of Arabic literature. The books follow the lives of 3 generations of a family in Cairo during the early 20th century and explore themes such as social and political change, family dynamics, and the tension between tradition and modernity. The first novel, Palace Walk, was published in 1956 and won the inaugural Egyptian State Prize for Literature. Things Fall Apart, written by Chinua Achebe, Nigeria. Chinua Achebe was a Nigerian novelist, poet, and critic who is regarded as a central figure of modern African literature. His first novel and magnum opus, Things Fall Apart, occupies a pivotal place in African literature and remains the most widely studied, translated, and read African novel. This classic novel is often cited as one of the most important works of African literature. It tells the story of a Nigerian tribe during the arrival of British colonizers and explores themes such as colonialism, cultural clash, and the impact of change on traditional societies. The book has been translated into over 50 languages and has sold millions of copies worldwide. Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, Nigeria. Born on September 15, 1977. Chimamanda is a Nigerian writer whose works include novels, short stories, and nonfiction. This novel, Half of a Yellow Sun, tells the story of 5 characters during the Nigerian Civil War, which took place from 1967 to 1970. The book explores themes such as identity, loyalty, and the impact of war on ordinary people. It has been praised for its vivid characters, powerful storytelling, and emotional impact. Homegoing by Yagyasi is a Ghanaian-American novelist. Her debut novel, Homegoing, published in 2016, won her, at the age of 26, the National Book Critics Circle's John Leonard Award for Best First Book. Homegoing is a multi-generational novel that follows 2 half-sisters and their descendants, one of whom is sold into slavery and sent to America. This fascinating book explores the impact of slavery and colonization on African societies and the legacy of these systems of oppression in the present day. It has been praised for its beautiful prose, compelling characters, and powerful message. Each of these books offers a unique and powerful perspective on the African experience and has made a significant impact on the world of literature. Again, they are just a few examples of the incredible works of literature that have been written by African authors over the past few decades. I was told to keep these first video on the short side, so if you enjoyed this, make sure to tell me in the comments. From the early days of oral tradition to the present day, African authors have been creating powerful and resonant works of literature that speak to universal themes of love, loss, identity, and the human experience. If you enjoyed this video, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on all of our latest content. See you in the next one.